Verbindung mit Händen.
Neu gegen Schmerzen.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Not Be Black or Anthony or whatever the heck you want to call me, and today I'm here with a new video for you, a different kind of video, very different from my 2K videos. I was kind of bored and I was like, scrolling through Steam, and I found this game, or at least the demo of this game. It's called, well, as you can see, RoadWarden, and it's a text-based RPG. And I've never played something like that before, so we're gonna see if it's, any good. With all that being said, let's go. So I played like a little bit of it, just to see what it's about, you know what I'm saying? Just a little taste test. Anyways, this is gonna be a lot of reading, so if you don't like reading, what the hell's wrong with you? Go read a book. Anyways, everyone knows to stay away from the wilderness. Most people would never risk a lonely journey. Road wardens not only accept this struggle, they embrace it. They deliver messages, assist merchants, burn human corpses, and if possible, get rid of beasts and highwaymen. They live on the road, die young, or retire early. It's a dangerous job, but a respectable one, and it pays well. I think we're ready to leave the city walls and journey out into the unknown. I'm on my Corey Kenshin shit. We always gonna play games on hard mode, bro, no matter what. I hope there's like options for me to be evil, because I love being evil in games, because we're too good in real life, or I act too good in real life, so a chance for me to be a little mischievous, a little evil wouldn't hurt. You should see my infamous playthroughs. Anyways, the wall is standing still. There are no wolves around, no stench of blood. Good signs. That's very good. This should be the place you're looking for. You are supposed to meet up with a group of soldiers, but you hear no voices, no sounds of labor. The gate is ajar, but the camp isn't safe. It may keep away the goblins and pebblers, but not beast folk or trolls, and the night sky is near. Your palfrey? Oh yeah, the palfrey is the horse. Your palfrey breathes heavily. It's had a long day. So there's a couple options here. You could look for another shelter. When I was like playing through it a little bit, I got off my horse and sneaked in because I don't think it's ever a good idea to just charge headfirst into anything, because you might get clapped. I think I'm gonna just go in this Sekiro style and just go up to the front gate. But I'm only doing that to be different. Your heavy boots hit the ground, and the pain of the long stride finally catches up with you. You stretch out, bringing your back and legs comfort. All you want now is a table, a decent chair, a nice mirror a nice mug of beer, and some warm stew. With any luck, your axe won't be needed here. Alright, let's walk in. Two people are sitting at the table, tired and disheartened. They're looking in different directions, paying no attention to one another. One of them is holding a cup. Let's go approach him. It takes a few breaths to glance in your direction. The first person greets you with a wave of his hand. There are bags under his eyes. His beard is messy. Despite his simple shirt, he's wearing durable and decent boots. A mace with a head covered in iron hangs at his side, but he doesn't reach for it. Let's take a look at the second person there. Just like you, she's wearing a gambeson, but hers is loose. I don't know what the hell a gambeson is. Somebody look that up for me. Her head is shaven, as if she's protecting herself from flesh-eating bugs. Her eyes are weary, yet kind. She smiles. Considering the squad was sent here half a year ago, these two surely look the part, though there should be more of them. 8, you believe. Alright, you know what, I don't want to be rude off the rip, so I'm gonna let them speak first, so then I could backstab them, gain their trust, you know the vibe. It's nice to see an unarmed traveler in this godforsaken shithole. Makes me just a tiny bit hopeful. The bearded man's voice is strong, yet timid. You'll be staying the night with us, I guess. We're soldiers, he and I, adds the armored woman. Her moment switches from half sleep to relax. We'll do our best to keep the camp safe, but if you were to take first watch, it would be a huge help. Travelers ought to help each other out, wouldn't you say? You think for a moment. To fully rest, you would need a good sleep. Bro, I'm tired, man. I just went through the valley, killed like 6 bandits, bro. I don't got time to be watching nobody. The man looks away. If you say so. Though better keep your axe nearby. The nights here can get spooky. I'd say sinister, the other soldier snorts. Let's ask them about their lieutenant. Here's where, like, you know, you can really, like, kind of roleplay here, because there's, like, different ways of phrasing your questions, which I find very interesting. So, in, like, you know, Fallout and Skyrim and stuff like that, I always love role-playing. I always like using the charisma build, because, you know, you could, like, really talk your way out of every situation. So, you know, this is kind of really right up my alley. But we're gonna be intimidating. Yo, this is hella disrespectful. Alright. What's up with the tone? The mountain scowls at you, though he doesn't reach for his mace. We've got nothing against you. Just ignore it, the second soldier adds, turning towards you. It's you need to speak with. Are you a mercenary? I'm your new RoadWarden. Are you now? That explains a bit. Safe from goblins and wolves, it doesn't matter that you're an ape ass. She stands up, resting her hand on the hilt of her sword. Where's your mount, RoadWarden? Waiting outside. I expect you're looking for directions. I'm Lieutenant Tula. Well, we're obviously not be, of course. Why wouldn't we be? The lieutenant nods and crosses her arms. Let's talk after you bring your beast. We should prepare for the night. The soldier in the shirt also rises to his feet. You'll have to sleep on the ground, under the stars. I walk away. I'm not even gonna answer them, because now that I was mean, he got beef with me. So it's alright. We're gonna piece him up later on. You walk through the gate, your mountain looks around and snorts anxiously. Not many humans could ride a horse. It's not only taller than you, but also bulky, and heavy as it is strong. You can get in the saddle within a single breath, but most people wouldn't know where to even begin. From every side, it's a wall of flesh. Horses are brought to the Dragonwoods from the conquest in the south. They can trot for a long time, but won't outrun some of the local monsters. Your palfrey needs you to survive, but without it, you too would be lost. You know, man's best friend, bro. Like I said, we're gonna be mean, so, you know, that shit's sleeping outside, bro. No cap, no kizzy. It keeps watching its surroundings, ignoring your approach. You clear your throat and reach out for its reins, and only then, the beast responds with a stomp of its legs. Humans see useful animals, and even pets, as monsters in disguise. Getting emotionally attached to them is believed to lead humans to their doom. I'm sorry, guys. I'm horrible at reading. I lead it to camp. You end up next to the fire pit. Removing the saddle makes the horse nicker with relief. You take a couple of minutes to examine its back, just in case. While the riding equipment is not that heavy for such a strong animal, with enough time it starts to chafe. You wish it had something better to eat than this shabby grass. You should look for an inn. I need to unpack. You haven't brought many things with you, and you lost one of the sacks while fleeing the Crimson Corpse Eater. Worst of all, you have no rope left. Maybe the soldiers could share one. Shouldn't cost more than a dragon bone. Aside from the travel set, you own a few valuable possessions essential for your trade. Alright, so here essentially is where we can pick the classes, you know. We have fighter, mage, and scholar. I'm gonna go personally scholar. I like playing like the, you know, like the little weevil characters, the little, like, they can't really fight for themselves, but they're like super manipulative, and I feel like scholar will help me do that. Plus you can, you know, throw potions and shit at people. So you unpack and inspect your belongings. Your water skin isn't pierced. The spare clothes are still there. Just in case, you look around at your wooden bowl and mug, your cape, tinderbox, bandages, food rations, knife. Nothing special or too cumbersome. From time to time, your routine helps you avoid mistakes, but this time it doesn't make anything more exciting. Alright, let's talk to these bum-ass soldiers, bro. I hate my soldiers. All my homies hate the soldiers. They're at the table again, observing your beast and chatting between themselves. Your stomach growls at the sight of them, each eating out of a wooden bowl. There's no meal for you, but you can sit down on a tree log. Alright, last time I was very nice to them, so they gave me a meal. But this time, since I was mad mean to them, they didn't give me a meal, man. So I guess I'm gonna be starving. Eating is a big part of this. You gotta keep your nourishment up, man, or you will have like debuffs, I guess. I'm just assuming. I didn't really play past this part. In the last inn, you got a smelling loaf of dark bread, decorated with sunflower seeds. What is dark? Is dark bread just burnt bread, like they baked it for too long? When on the road, most people have to think about themselves. Soldiers live with and for their companions, constantly on the move from one part of the realm to another, making sacrifices to protect their group as they face dozens of hideous creatures. Their lives are filled with discipline, hardship, and camaraderie. Road wardens, on the other hand, learn how to work for themselves. They seldom engage in open combat. Alright, Shakespeare. Patrolling the same roads for years, they help the settlements stay in touch, but also maintain commerce, settle down, forge friendship. When there are no laws to follow, they use their own judgment. Different responsibilities, different lifestyle. So they're basically telling us we can't really relate to the soldiers because we got no friends. I slowly eat, enjoying myself. In the meantime, let's talk to Tula. So, wait, the game made me eat anyways. She's focused and chooses her words carefully. She looks away only when she gathers her thoughts. Wait, this is the girl voice. I can only say as much as I know, and that's not much. She nods towards the other shoulder. As you can see, there's not a lot of us left. At the beginning of the summer, there were 8 of us, including our previous lieutenant. 5 are dead, and one has run away in tears. We're also strangers in this land. Her adds her companion. Any piece of information may help me do my job. The man leans forward, his legs shaking furiously. He sounds like a kid asking a bard to sing one more story, tell a joke, or do a magic trick. Whatever it takes to escape from this boredom. His untrimmed beard hides a much younger face than you originally thought. What did the officials tell you? I expect not much. No soul governs these lands. I'ma just be a dick to them. You think how unprepared you are for this task. Since the area is too far from I don't know what that word is. To keep it under control, you are warned that there's untamed and unknown. Who knows how many villagers, bandits, or monsters may be found in these unmapped hills and forests. It's a place of both danger and opportunity. A realm to spend the rest of the summer. Actually, I'd prefer to keep it that way. The less you tell us, the smaller chance the commanders will send us here again. There's bitterness in her brief laugh. I'm fine with the soldier's life here, you know. I just hope to find an outpost where I won't have to bid farewell to the most people I know. I don't say anything. The lieutenant drinks from her cup and crosses her legs, ankle on knee. Seeing her chair makes you doubt she'll ever find a comfortable position. Because they're sitting on logs and shit. Where should we start? Okay, we have a shit ton of questions here, bro. Do I dare ask if they can lend me a rope? I don't think they're going to, because I was, mean to them, but let's ask anyways. Oh, she actually is gonna give me one. She brings it back and nonchalantly sits down on a chair. Take it. I was planning on leaving it behind. I take a closer look. Oh, she gave me the rope. Tula says, for now, you leave the rope on the table. So, even though I was mean, she was nice enough to do that for me. So I appreciate that, Tula. But that ain't gonna change the fact that I'm being mean as hell to you. Alright, I'm gonna just quickly go through these because there's just like a lot of questions and just tell you the important parts. Don't take this the wrong way, Nappy or Nappy. I've read my own name wrong. Are you a devout soul? You could be you could be a pagan worshiper. That's crazy. Alright, I'm gonna do that. A pagan road warden? The man scratches his head without the slightest subtlety. Now, I'm sure we could have a conversation. We're civilized people. Alright, we asked most of the questions. It was a lot. Are you sure? Says the bearded man. We may not be around the next time you come. We should prepare for the night anyways. We very much should, Tula sighs with relief, and you'll need to sleep a lot on your journey. I stand up and prepare for the fight in the night. It's gonna be a fight in the night, so I ain't wrong. You go to the barrel and splash water on your face, which makes you even more aware of how much you need a bath. Oh, we a stinky boy. After the night, it will only get worse. Your horse is already napping, still too anxious to lay down. Do horses nap or sleep standing up? They're pretty gangster for that. Then I look for a place protected from the wind. I use my bag as a pillow, put my blanket on the ground, and cover myself with my cloak. You aren't used to sleeping in such hard conditions, but it's better than nothing. The weather is gentle. Maybe you won't catch a cold. The stars instantly inspire your dreams with both splendor and by making you look for patterns and shapes among them. Your job starts tomorrow. Alright, after a lengthy intro, we can finally actually get to the real game, I think. Once you finish your reconnaissance, you should speak to Tula and return to Habalala. There, you'll report back to your employers and get your reward. In the meantime, you have your own goal to sprue. Alright, so now I'm kind of just building my own character. Nah, I'm just trying to retire early, cuh. You're thinking about your goal, but you need to gather your strength. All I can do is rest. Okay, let's go to bed. Both soldiers are standing near a humble prior. The man in the shirt looks at it contemptibly. Tula is the first one to address you. Nappy, she greets you with a nod. We use the horse's manure for the flames, so don't worry about cleaning up. Thank you. You see a corpse among the flames. It's impossible to tell if it belongs to a male or female, but it was an adult. The burning process won't be over for a couple of hours. You gather your equipment and spend a half hour warming it up and preparing your mount, double checking the buckled straps. You put your gabison on, we still don't know what a gabison is, and make sure that your axe is tightly attached to your belt. Then get in the saddle. It's time for you to get to the crossroads, north from here. Let's travel, bro. Travel forward to continue your journey. Once you're done with the north, speak to Tula and return to Havalon. Let's travel north. Even at a later hour, you wouldn't expect to meet any travelers in this valley. The warm summer breeze lures your mount forward, but the serene chirping of birds is quickly replaced by the distracting screeches and gurgles coming further down the path. You soon find that a pack of four-legged griffins. They're larger than foxes and merge the features of birds and furred beasts. Each one is a different size, coat, and color, and their temperaments are just as varied. Their fronts are covered with vivid feathers, while their rears have darkened fur. Their wings are massive, making them jumpers, but they're too heavy to fly. About 24 beasts are yelling, brawling, and chasing each other around, blocking your path. Let's consider our options. You can't enter the forest blindly. If these two or other creatures were to chase you, the thickets would be disastrous for your horse. There are reasons why travelers stay so close to the main roads as possible, and why adventurers move in groups. Usually this is the safest approach. Usually the safest approach would be to stay where you are and wait for the pack to get hungry. It may, however, take up a couple of hours. You're thinking about your conversation with Tula. You've got a lot to do, and time may be of the essence. Alright, so now we finally get our, choices and stuff. So, we could either wait for the griffins to, as they said, wait for the griffins to get hungry, or we could just go through. And you know what? I'm a busy man. Time is money. So I think we're gonna do the more on occasion. What the fuck? Anyways, like I was saying, time is money. So I think I want to do the more, time-saving approach, which is just run through them. But I'm also a scholar, so I can use my education here to see what the best option is. On occasion, you can use scholar's education to unlock unique interactions. Let's use it. So there's a third option for us now. I mix black powder with the galadin that grows nearby and the dried skunk sorrel from my bag. So we just walking around with a stank ass skunk? It's nasty. Once I ignite it and throw it at the griffins, they'll scatter. Alright, let's do that. I have a character sheet, bro. Why is cleanliness a stat? It's kind of crazy. I'm a pagan. My faith is undetermined. Most city folks feel aversion toward black powder, and you touch it with great care. The odor of the plants make you feel dizzy, but what's more important is that the griffins have wolf-like sensitivity to the smells and noises. A few beasts turn their heads toward you as you approach with the bag in your hand. You ignite your missile and throw it forward. At first, the creatures surround the source of smoke, but then growl in disgust, even putting their beaks to the ground. They flee, allowing you to continue your journey. Oh man, we made essentially a stank bomb. That's kind of crazy. I climb on the horse and cover my nose. I really need to find a proper alchemy set. Do we though? Because we kind of made that pretty easily. No cap. The road splits. According to what the soldiers have told you, you may find a safe inn by turning left. The forest to the right is lush, and the trail is overgrown. Kids used to have the song. How did it go? The harshest pathway leads to the dragon's lair. Those who search for treasure, do you truly dare? Yeah, you gotta know I could sing, that I could hit those notes, right? I didn't know either. The signpost in front doesn't make your situation much clearer. It was put there by someone who can't write. For folks who can't read, covered in old red paint, it points east, blood there, as people say. Danger to be found. There's not a soul I can ask for guidance. I look at my horse. I can finally name my horse. I don't know what to name this man. I'll just name him Donkey. Donkey is focused. Maybe it can't help you choose a path, but it's well trained. As long as you don't try to charge at a troll, you can count on it. You spot a few berry shrubs and wild cabbages, but they still need at least two weeks to gain maturity. Alright, there's two paths. I wasn't really paying attention. I forgot which one was the dangerous one. So I'm gonna go with my gut and go right, because right is always right. The curvy road is overgrown. Donkey trots when it has a chance, but more often than not, it's forced to jump over larger branches, blocking the path. The nearby lake is surrounded by thirsty wildlife. I like how they added the little bugs and stuff. It really feels like there's a bug in my ear. I observe the dark forest, ready to react if something jumps at me. A couple of stone slabs were turned into a hut-like shape. One of the ancient chapels raised by the priests of the United Church in the days of few soldiers and even fewer shelters. The dolmens proved to be especially durable, though the conditions they offered were harsh. The entrance is barely wide enough to keep you inside. It was meant to keep larger beasts away, including your palfrey. You can't spend the night here. You dismount and take a look around. Let's inspect the building before we just start going inside of stuff willy-nilly. That's what she said. Haha. No, wait, that doesn't make sense. Never mind. It's the most common religious sign of city folks, adapted by the United Church, Orders of Truth, and majority of fellowships. It's used in temples and during the funeral rites, but also to decorate codices, or jewelry. The winged hourglasses portray the oh my god of life and the rigidity of time. When possible, they're made of steel, signifying the strength and humankind's determination and innovation. So I think since I'm, pagan, right? I should roleplay and get upset at this. I'm just defile it. The sign brings back the torment of your ancestors, the days of death, rejection, and enslavement. It's not worth a testimony of verity or piety, but rather control and ownership. This is our land, it tells you. You do not belong here. You stare at the image, the fire grows inside you. So I take a bite of bread, chew at it, spit it out, and glue it to the symbol, something my ancestors were using as an insult. I'm not as pitiful as our oppressors. I ignore it. I grab a rock and spend some time covering the hourglass with scratches. I'm gonna cast a curse. The curse seems the most interesting. Oh, that actually does damage though. Oh no. I didn't know it was gonna do damage. Damn. You cut your palm of your hand with your knife and spread the red liquid with your fingers. You breathe slowly and feel peaceful cold cloud filling your head. Will the flies lay an egg in your blood? Is it going to rain and clear the stone in a day or two? Will goblins lick it clean? None of these outcomes matter. A mischievous satisfaction brings a smile to your face. I wash my wound and cover it with a cloth. Donkey is looking for a clump of grass to graze upon. Let's enter the chapel. The beam of lights get through the gaps in between the rocks, but you can hardly see anything. A torch would fill this place with smoke, but a candle will suffice. You wonder how many travelers have sat on the cold rock, observing the entrance and fighting with their heavy eyelids. See, we're not gonna be goofies and just go inside. We gotta look around first. Okay, oh, I can actually type now. This is cool. Let's look at rock. Even though a part of the ground is covered with a single massive slab, there are parts free of any flooring. You see soil, small rocks. In one spot, you find the remains of charred wood. Is there anything on the floor? Oh, it's the same thing. Anything on the ceiling? You see a couple of spider webs. One of the spots on the ceiling is covered by soot. Let's look at the walls. They're all around you. Thanks, game. Really insightful. Okay, they told me to look at door. There are no doors in the walls, and considering the size of the dolmen, it only has one chamber. Let's look for some hose. You don't find it, or I can't understand you. I think... Are there any people in here? Okay, there's nothing else in here. Alright. Let's enter it. Or go outside. Alright, so there was really nothing in there, so let's keep moving on. Bro, I need to eat something. My character is about to die of starvation. The neglected path barely finds any space among all the hills, trees, and streams. There's a deer on the ground, lying in a red puddle, surrounded by a small pack of creatures which notice your presence quickly. It's about 8 of them, with thick furs and shades of brown, gray, and black, and hairless faces with small eyes and large mouths, currently stained with the blood of their prey. Some of them move on all fours, while others comfortably stand on 2 feet. They are 2 to 3 heads shorter than you, but it's your mount which truly towers over them. And you see how a couple of the beasts take a few steps back, grunting and glancing at one another. Are these like goblins? They sound like goblins. Oh, they are. The one with the gray fur shouts, and the others move towards the rocks and sticks which are piled on the rope. They hold them awkwardly, and some struggle to maintain a straight posture, leaning on their new weapons for support. Then almost all of them spread to your left and right, blending with the shrubs loudly. Only 2 of the apes are standing still. Actually, let's fight them. Why not? Donkey tries to turn around, but loyally follows your direction. Okay, so we have a few options here. I charge at the goblins in the middle of the road. I scream at the pack, shaking my weapons. I try to scare them away. I throw some food, maybe they'll leave me alone. I look behind just to make sure they're not already there. I make a few threatening swings, focusing my attention on the beast that entered the forest. I dismount and prepare for battle. I wait for them to move. We only have 1 health, so if we get clapped, that's it. Is there any way for me to heal myself? Oh, there is a potion. So let's do that. We're fully health now, so okay. Again, I'm like conniving, so I can't really fight for nothing since I'm a scholar. So I'm gonna try to intimidate them. I think we failed. You do your best, raising your voice in a fierce shout and showing them that you're ready to take them down. The gay goblin seemed unmoved, showing you its long tusk and its swinging arms, and its younger companion looks around grunting, but then stays in its place. The gray one then focuses its attention on you, or rather something that's behind you, and you get stabbed in the back, literally. You turn around, seeing that a goblin, as far as you can tell, was not a part of the group surrounding the carcass. It was holding a wooden spear, or rather a pointed stick, longer than the creature is tall. Your armor was able to reduce the impact, but you feel some pain from the hilt. You can tell that the linen was torn. You need to find somebody who was able to fix it. You wonder how much of them are still hiding among the trees. Alright, so they're only giving me one option now because I failed the roll. I can't win and I can't run away. I rush with Donkey forward. Your mount speeds up, though it doesn't have enough space to enter a gallop. You prepare your weapon, but while you feel somewhat comfortable with a blade when on foot, fighting from a saddle is completely unfamiliar to you. The younger goblin attempts to stop your horse, but the strike it receives sends it to the bush nearby, screaming in pain. The gray one, however, manages to grab your boot and now is trying to keep up with your speed, making one long leap after another. The first strong swing of your axe wasn't able to reach the target. A spear would do better in this scenario. I'm gonna try to kick it up. Well, isn't my foot like in a saddle? In the saddle? So like it would be very difficult to keep my balance and kick them. So I'm probably just gonna tell the horse to ride faster, because after a certain point he's probably just gonna have to let go, right? So let's do that. You put your entire trust in your horse, trying to endure the pain in your ankle and focusing on the reins. Donkey does its best. After your encouragement, it jumps, making the goblin lose its balance and roll over to the road. Your leg hurts a bit, but it's free and the road is clear. I ride as fast as I can, but a few moments you hear angry shouts and screeches, but soon after that, it's only you and your mount. It's time to see what we're going to find down the road. That was a interesting encounter. I kind of messed up by not looking behind me because they got a free stab at me, you know. Alright guys, this video is kind of running a bit long, so I'm gonna just end it here and, you know, maybe do a part 2, which is kind of weird since this is a demo, but like I don't want to run it for too long. So, you know, if you liked the video, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, hit the dislike button and tell me how I can improve. And with all that being said, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Do I still want celebrity and fame? Knowing that the best of me will never be the same. I'm entering the field with my profession, would be blinded by political correctness, and I'm expected to truly speak my mind, because in doing so that helps to ease my mind. I state my opinions, but in this new epidemic, everyone's so easily offended.